Hello there. I thought I would jump on. I'm 2 minutes early. I will start at exactly 12 o'clock. But since I'm always ready early, and it's a very English thing, 5 minutes early is right on time. On time, maybe a little bit late. So I hope you're all having an amazing day today. Um, as I said, I will start at exactly 12 o'clock, so just a couple more seconds because I don't want, if anyone's waiting to jump on to watch, then I don't want them to miss out on anything. Okay, so today we're going to talk about whether you are feeling tired of staying silent in meetings. So that's what today's LinkedIn Live is about. Um, we're going to talk about something that's almost every ambitious professional struggles with, and that is non native speakers and native speakers. Okay, so let's play this out. Tell me if it feels familiar. You're in a meeting, you have an idea, you open your mouth, and then you close it again. You nod politely. Someone else says exactly what you were thinking. Everyone nods at them enthusiastically. You smile, but inside you're screaming, "That was my idea." Does that sound familiar? That's what I call the hesitation cycle. And today we're going to break it. I'm going to tell you what it is, and then we're going to break it. So if you have ever left a meeting thinking, I should have spoken up, put yes in the chat. You can do that in LinkedIn or even in YouTube, where we are live right now. And let's see how many people are in the same boat. Because you're not alone. This is universal. So, who am I and why should you listen? For those of you who don't know, I know there are a few that do. I'm here every week. My name is Joanne Hayward. I am an executive English coach. I help brilliant non native English speaking professionals speak up, share their ideas clearly, and lead with brilliance, even under pressure. And why do I care? When I first started working internationally in Dubai and now in Malta, also in London, I was constantly in meetings where I said nothing. Not because I didn't have any ideas, but because I was scared of sounding awkward, making mistakes, being interrupted, looking foolish. Now, this is a native speaker. So please don't think that you have to be non native to enjoy the contents of this meeting or contents of this session. My manager said to me, "You have to speak up. We need your input." And it hit me like a truck. I realized that my silence was making me invisible. And this happened to so many of my clients. I can think of 5 or 6 right now that was the only thing they did in meetings was sit quietly and then hit themselves afterwards. "Oh, I should have said something. I should have asked a question. I should have been visible," because visible people get promoted and recognized. So, what did I do? I developed a system to prepare my ideas, practice phrases, focus on contribution, not perfection. So now I teach these tools. I'm also a qualified English teacher. So I teach these tools to clients all over the world. And I'm going to share some of them with you today. Let me just clip to the next. Okay. So this is the hesitation cycle, and you may not have heard of it, but I'm absolutely convinced that at some stage in your career, you will have absolutely felt the feels of this cycle. So here's how it works. You hesitate, somebody speaks, somebody else speaks, you feel frustrated. Next time you hesitate even longer. So the trigger happens, you don't say what you want to say, you overthink it, you become silent, you regret, your confidence goes down a little bit more every time. Next trigger happens, and we go round and round in that circle. Does this sound familiar to anyone? So what happens when you stay quiet? What do you feel? Feel free to share in the chat. I know I felt frustrated. I felt invisible. I felt annoyed. I felt powerless. And that feeling stays with you all day. Why do we always kick ourselves for the one thing we did wrong? For the one thing we didn't say? For the rest of the day, rest of the week. Here's the truth: staying silent, staying quiet feels safe. Because if you don't open your mouth, you don't make any mistakes. But it's actually incredibly risky because you risk being invisible, overlooked, and underestimated. And your brilliance doesn't deserve that. So let's change that today. So we have some mindset shifts. Progress is more important than perfection. Your meetings are not grammar tests. Your job is to be understood and to understand, not being perfect. So say this out loud. Yes, at your desk, or if not, play it back later and shout it at me. I have ideas worth sharing. I don't need perfect English to speak up. I deserve to be heard. Now, how does that feel? Because we're actually reframing your brain for progress over perfection. Clarity is what's important. I did a whole other training about your accent and how that should never, ever hold you back. Because if you have an accent, in fact, I've been speaking to an English guy who has a very strong accent. He's from up north and he's got a very strong accent, which he finds very difficult for other people to understand. So please don't think that your accent only comes from because you're a non-native speaker. It affects everyone with a stronger accent. Okay, so that's the first mindset shift. Progress over perfection, always. Mindset shift number 2. Your perspective is valuable. You were invited for that meeting for a reason. So when you stay quiet, the team misses out on your experience, your values, your opinions, your ideas. Your team misses out. So when you stay quiet, everybody loses. You lose, they lose. Before your next meeting, ask yourself this question: what's the one insight I have that can move this conversation forward? Write it down. When you're going into a meeting, you absolutely have an agenda of what's going to be discussed. Prepare something. Write it down if you've got a meeting later on today. That's your contribution target. If you do that before every single meeting, there's where the confidence starts to come from. Taking action is what brings confidence. So, mindset shift number 3. Silence is a choice, not a habit. So don't think that you've always not said anything, therefore it's going to be very difficult to say anything. No, it's just a habit. You can change your habits. I have started doing the 75 hard because I'm looking to change my habits. I'm only on day 4, so wish me luck. And if anyone else is doing the 75 hard, please reach out to me with some advice. Because I'm looking to change my habits. Silence is a choice. You can change your choices. Every single meeting, every single conversation is a chance to practice visibility. You don't need to dominate the call or the meeting. You just have to commit to speaking once to start with, just once. So type in the chat. Next meeting, I will speak once, or say it out loud. Next meeting, I will speak once. Writing it out and speaking it out loud is your first step out of the hesitation cycle. So silence is a choice, not a habit. Well, you can change habits, actually. So this is a micro hack I have for you. It's a 3-second rule. When you have a thought, count 3, 2, 1 and speak. I know Mel Robbins had this 3, 2, 1, get out of bed, 3, 2, 1. It really works because, and I'm going to go through some phrases that you can use. Grab a phrase that you've already prepared and say what you think without hesitating. Before your brain talks you out of it, before your brain starts overthinking, oh, but, no, I've already prepared the phrases. I'm there. I can do this. You can do this. So 3, 2, 1, speak. 3, 2, 1, say whatever it is that you feel that you can share. Okay? So I think I've run out of slides. Hold on. La 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 la. Oh, okay. So this slide was about basically just you have an idea, open your mouth and say it. And when you prepare these phrases, which I'm going to go through now, you will actually find that once you have prepared the initial phrase, you can then just finish it, finish that sentence. Okay, so practical phrases to jump in. Now, at this point, I'm going to tell you, I have got, if you look at my LinkedIn profile, and I will pop it into the YouTube, I have a PDF with all of these phrases on, and it's just from Canva. There's no email required. You just jump onto the link, download it, and hopefully it's something that you can put next to you in your meeting, and you can use those phrases. Okay? So I'm going to start off with some of the phrases, and I want you to, if you can, if you can't, please watch this again and say them out loud. When you agree and want to add, I completely agree with that, and I'd like to add, ooh. Okay? I completely agree with that, and I'd like to add. That's a great point. Can I build on it? These are two excellent phrases for you to use when you agree with what someone's saying and want to take the idea a step further. Next one. All these are on the PDF, by the way. So if you have a quick suggestion, so maybe you want to say, okay, let's not have the meeting on Friday because it's a public holiday and everyone's forgotten, or something similar, or there's a train strike or anything like that. I have a quick suggestion here. Ugh, what do you want to say? One idea that might work is, oh, okay. What I'm saying about these phrases, I've got a few more phrases for you. Pick your favorite one. Pick one that sounds right and practice saying it out loud. Because the more you say it out loud, the more comfortable you will feel with these particular phrases. So don't wait till the meeting and go, okay, here's my piece of paper that Joanne carefully created. I'm going to just use all of those phrases. No, pick your favorite one from each section and choose one to use in the next meeting. Think about what the meeting might involve, what's going to be included, and then pick one. When you need clarity, sometimes you just need an extra second to think about it. Okay? Sometimes you just might need an extra second to keep, but you want to make sure that your voice is going to be heard. So, could you just explain that a bit more? Could you explain that a bit more? And if you think you understand but want to reconfirm, Just to clarify, are we saying that law? Do you like my little noises? Law. Okay? And when you disagree politely, which there are ways of saying you're talking rubbish, I see it slightly differently. Can I share my perspective? Because everyone's allowed to disagree. Well, with most people. I see it slightly differently. Can I share my perspective? That's an interesting approach. Here's another option to consider. So that's when you're disagreeing politely. These are great phrases, actually. Okay? So I'll pretend we're in a meeting. I think we should launch next Monday. Which phrase would you like to use? Would you like to use, let's just go through. So would you like to use, I completely agree with that. And I'd like to add Monday afternoon would be a good time. Try and prepare yourself for meetings that you've already been in, you already have experience, and see what kind of subjects come up and how they come up. Okay? So one of my brilliant clients, an engineer, was completely silent on all calls with her global team. No camera, no microphone. We worked on just one phrase. I'd like to add something here. And then she used it once a week. Only 3 months later, she's leading the update section of the meeting. And last month, she was asked to present to senior leadership because speaking up changes how people see you and how you see yourself, more importantly. So imagine leaving your next meeting feeling proud of what you contributed, not annoyed at yourself. You can do this. It's not difficult. It's not that your English isn't good enough. It's practice. It's not about having perfect English. It's about showing up and just opening your mouth. One phrase, one contribution, one meeting at a time. Don't think you have to dictate everything. Just start saying something. Okay, as I said, I have PDF to share. It's already in the LinkedIn event. Please feel free to go and grab it there. If this session gave you value, and I very much hope it did, I really would invite you to go and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have all of the training that I have done, and I do weekly trainings here on LinkedIn, but all of that training is there, as long with some other shorts that will be useful for you as well. You'll get weekly, I come live weekly and go live also on LinkedIn. I do phrases, I do strategies to help you lead conversations and get noticed. So please go and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Currently, I have 215 subscribers. I would love to get to 500. So could you please go and do that for me? I'm still going to be here on LinkedIn, but just in case you miss them, there's plenty of training to watch on there already. So before you go, I really want you to select one phrase, just one phrase that you will use in your next meeting. So I forgot to jump forward. That you will use in your next meeting. Prepare it now while you think about it. Go quickly, download my PDF and pick one phrase. And then use it in your next meeting. And come back and share with me how it went. How did you feel? Did you feel nervous? You may well feel nervous the first time, but do you know what? When you say it again at the following meeting, you'll start to feel more comfortable because you know people are listening to you. If you are ready to excel in your leadership skills and you need help with your English in order to do that, send me a direct message. Let's have a conversation because that's what I do. I hope you have an amazing day. It's 20 past 12 on Thursday. I hope you have an amazing day and I look forward to seeing you next week. Same